Hey, let's join the club really quickly. If nothing else, we can also go for the, the missing... It's Moriko. It's Moriko. I keep forgetting I forget a lot of things, and one of those things, as I hit quick play really quickly, not that it matters where this is actually still going to be the beginning of the video, because all we really need to do is go into the history club until we get a game over. So, what I was trying to say is outdoorsman is a heck of a thing, and I forget about it a lot. Now, funny enough, it's easier to do it in 1.02 when forest events are essentially bugged, but hey, it's a thing, it's a whole thing, and let's get Toshiaki really quickly. Just to show you that this is Toshiaki, I completely forgot for a moment where this is. Oh my goodness, why do I do this to myself? Why do I do this to myself? I was just looking, it's down here somewhere, right? Yes, Toshiaki the character. And that's all you have to do. You literally have to just end your own run by visiting the history club, or using the history club, sorry, 4 times. And with that being said, we will play as Toshiaki, because that will also allow us to more easily get, well, following the rules of this challenge, more easily achieve the visit a shop 10 times achievement. Why did I really go crazy there? Anywho, well, I swear that was as random as I wanted it to be as we get to Ath, the World of Horror, character exclusive Toshiaki. And yeah, we're gonna try to leave the dog shop. I think this, that means I don't get to do the vending machine. I don't know why I'm trying to open this lighthouse. Strength, dexterity, charisma, light, Takshisan, and maybe a second mystery check. But essentially 6 stamina, 5 reason damage, because Toshiaki, boy, is he almost never going to have 8 in the stat unless you use a certain perk of his, which is the intended way to do it, or you actually build and level up 5 to 6 times, which isn't impossible, it's just highly improbable. So yeah, nothing else here. I think I'm gonna go for the Arby knife if possible. Otherwise, I mean, we could play with the steak knife. I mean, we are going to be visiting the dog shop like 5 times, so... or 10 times, sorry. And yeah, Botanist, Akamanto, Festival Hell, and Kana. We'll grab Kana really quickly, but more importantly, grab the bookstrap. We got the empty bottle and did not proceed to fill it up, but we're Toshiaki, so... while we're here, if this is your first time seeing me play Toshiaki at least, on this series and on this channel, then yeah, Toshiaki has a passive that is shown through the first page of the Necronomicon that says completing a mystery lowers doom by 10%, and the big bracket says passive, meaning that's his passive. No, I'm still gonna visit the Legal Den, who am I kidding? But that essentially means that, assuming you're going to survive, you will be decreasing doom by an extra 50%. So basically, you look at your doom and you just remove 50% per mystery. Well, per mystery, 8%, so if I'm on my second mystery, then it's 17, or whatever doom I would be at, minus 40%. I'm going crazy. Anywho, we'll visit the dog shop later. Let's just make absolutely sure. We do have Akamanto as well, so our doom is going to super go down. More so, I've mentioned it before, but just to explain it on top of the Toshiaki doom decrease, is that Akamanto, the mystery cape, Crimson Cape, I don't remember the full name, but I'm often not doing ending A, and some people might ask why I'm not doing that, especially on a Knight Errant run, which would penalize me with doom if I don't do ending A. It's because overall it's easier. There are 2 main reasons. One, you get Akamanto's mask, which balances against Knight Errant. Knight Errant increases your doom by 6, and as I roll a 12 on luck, Akamanto's mask, the Crestfallen mask, equipping it decreases your doom by 10. So already you're getting a -4 doom decrease. And comparatively, you do lose stamina for not doing ending A, or for doing ending B, sorry, because that's the only other ending. But you can defeat Akamanto more easily because of the second reason, which is the handcuff item. I can't show it to you right now, but handcuffs, you can use it when a human enemy is at 12 HP or below. And as it just so happens, ending B's Akamanto boss fight is a human-type enemy. Ending A is an Eldritch type enemy, which means you can't even use insta-kill spells. You can be prepared for it, but I would rather not. So, as said here, and it also lowers power by 5, which is a nice little after effect. Any percent is nice, even though I don't believe in RNG myself. On average, it is on your side. So, but once Akamato, well, human Akamato either turns into an Eldritch enemy in ending B, or handcuffs gets changed for whatever reason, I would really like that to not happen, because that's the only, well, that's one of the few fun things you can do in terms of, you know, hand-eye coordination based on the player's skill level that you can do, but hey, I'm not the one in control of those decisions. Well, we kind of are. Panstaz does listen, Panstaz being the developer of the game, does listen and implement things based on what the community wants from time to time, more than usual, but more than you would usually see from other, well, no, that's not true. RIP Outdoorsman, by the way. But he is, you know, part of the pool of developers that does listen to the community and implement changes based on it. And it's funny enough, sometimes, well, the few times we do get a fast update, it happens relatively quickly as well. But as we prep attack this Dream Eater, probably could have braced. Probably should have braced, but it's fine for the moment. Yeah, not much else to say at the moment. What is this again? Doom? Okay, cool. Cool Doom, by the way. Haven't leveled up yet, but again, all of this Doom is fine when we are a character that has a lot of Doom to work with. You can also, on an off-tangent note, nice 11 roll on luck, by the way, you can give custom characters extra Doom to work with, just straight up. You can also give a character the Necronomicon item, which, while you won't be able to level up and get perks for the Necronomicon, it gives you that passive Doom decrease, so if you want a quote-unquote fairer way to give a custom character Doom decrease, you can. And or if it fits the immersion of said custom character. It does fill up an item slot, so you're holding onto an item that you can't throw away or anything, but I mean, sacrificing an item slot for an overall decrease of 50% Doom during a normal run is pretty good. Now, that being said, I didn't get a single thing. I'm actually going to reroll here because it's that important. And then we get pretty much the best Toshiaki perk to kind of go over his perks right now. Yeah, funny enough, his best perk does not cost Doom. The overall strategy of, or the overall design of Toshiaki, why he decreases Doom is that you use his perks or / pages to use spells, well, essentially, or his perks, and they cost Doom to use. Unfortunately, that's not to your benefit because of a lot of other ways to use Doom, just base actions aside, like resting for HP, preparing for funds, visiting shops to get weapons or extra items. I almost said weapons, but you get what I mean. And so his best use spell happens to be Thought Flash, which lowers Doom by 3 and costs 15 experience. Some of you might be wondering, well, Jordan, don't you need all of that experience? And my answer to that is, when you're at the end of the run, your experience pretty much does nothing else for you. Also, by the time, well, if we're looking at the theoretical average case, you usually do not need to be more than level 5 or 6. That's kind of overkill. And for Toshiaki's purposes, if you're working with character-specific perks, which Toshiaki would be working with, you really don't need the rest of the perks because the Doom cost per effect is normally bad. They do have their specific use cases, but just like spells in World of War, on average, the requirements to use them efficiently, both theoretically and number-wise, they require very specific situations, where Thought Flash is one of the 2 or 3 spells that you can just use and not feel bad about. Heck, even during the middle of the run, if I don't want to level up anymore, I could just hold on to experience and just Thought Flash my way to victory. Part of that is the balance of... oh shoot, I got bitten. Anywho, part of that is the balance of how Harbinger, the difference between Harbinger and other easier difficulties. And in general, that's the fact that directly and indirectly, you need, or you don't have as much Doom as easier difficulties. And if I were to go into that, that would take a whole video, the rest of the video to talk about. So let's move on to the other perks, if and when I reach them. As we handcuff Akamanto really quickly. But yeah, we'll save that for later. The bookstrap is one of Toshiaki. I didn't even talk about it, but Toshiaki's bookstrap being added with the prepare action makes definitely puts him. I would have put him probably at lower top 3 if he did not have the bookstrap. It's that important that this exists. So I think it's 8%, even if it's 7 or 6%. Any time unit action increase in speed is very, very helpful. The Necronomicon counts as a book item, so it counts itself, unless it counts the book. No, because it's not a book labeled item. So, but overall, you're looking for other book items to grab anyway, because the extra help. You do break thresholds, and by thresholds I mean you have the ability to do better actions per turn with pretty much every book that you put in your inventory. So literally, there are very few inventory loadouts that are better than having 4 books and a bookstrap equipped for Toshiaki. Period. Nothing much else to say. Like, no joke, I think with an extra book I'd be able to prep attack here with the army knife, but since we can't, we'll do the next best thing and roll on at 80%. And fail to roll on 80%, so now we're committed. And we can do this 70%. I'm gonna roll on it. Good. Now, if we see other perks, we'll try to review really quickly. Well, anywho. I could go for a 10 damage kick as well, but I'll do that on another Toshiaki run. I would rather wait. But Rage of Razul, again, if it lasted the whole run, that would be a bit much. Either that, or you would literally, if you triple the Doom cost, maybe, if it lasts the whole run. But even then, that 18 Doom to deal 1 extra damage on everything is pretty good, if I were to theorize that. But 6 Doom for 1 damage until the end of the mystery. Again, specific use cases, if you have to use it for whatever reason and you planned all the math out, sure. But otherwise, you would rather save that Doom, because the other equivalent is that, okay, you 6 Doom for 1 damage. What is that 1 damage going to save you? Are you going to run into 3 or more enemies where that matters? Otherwise, the 6 Doom is essentially also 4 stamina and 4 reason. Because when you rest without Broken Nose or any weird town effects, you can rest for 3 Doom to heal 2 stamina and 2 reason on Harbinger. So, is it better to save on that Doom? And, you know, this 6 Doom essentially equals 4 stamina and 4 reason. So if this 1 damage does not save you that much in enemy encounters, then it's not worth it. Usually it's not worth it. So we're going to keep building strength and then move on. If I don't run into the rest, I'll just try to go over them from the other perks off the top of my head. One of them is increase your stats by 1, but I think your Doom increases by at least 5 or something like that. That specific use case is for the Lighthouse, in case you're going to die to HP or stamina or reason. So if your Doom is perfectly fine, but you're low on stamina and reason and don't really have time to heal for whatever reason, then sure, you can do that. Alternatively, you could just rest in the Lighthouse, but sometimes you're under the effect of curses and injuries that are lowering your max stamina and reason, and so that's when that specific perk has a use. But again, there are very few times, if more than even 2 times in your whole entire career of World of War, assuming you know what you're doing, where you are in that situation and have to use that specific... I don't even remember what the spell is called, but hey. Then there's another spell called Krutski's Kill. It costs 15 Doom, but you are able to defeat any encounter, except for maybe a few, because those have been patched out, but nonetheless, there's really no encounter that usually warrants that. Again, the use case is if you're really just about to die, you're on 1 stamina, 1 reason, you don't want to gamble on the dodge action, or you can't deal damage while doing the dodge action, but you have Krutski's Kill for whatever reason, then sure. And maybe you can use it here. Again, I don't really play with Krutski's Kill because it's just that bad. Anywho, so apparently this encounter is actually scaled off of strength and perception, but boy, does this not feel great anyway, so we are running away. Not that I would want to equip the Spiral Hood over the Bookstrap. The Bookstrap actually just does more for you on average than 2 strength, 2 dexterity. If for no other reason than for events, having 6 strength and 5 dexterity right now for me would mean nothing. But for encounters, the bookstrap is still providing more value. I'm shrugging in real life, I don't know what else to say. And I think the last one I can go over is a spell called Cure of something. I know it has Cure in the name, so it costs 7 Doom and heal 3 Stamina, 3 Reason. The main use case is if, for whatever reason, as we proceed to visit the dog shop 10 times, is if, and I think you have to go in and out too, so let's keep doing that. But the use case for that is if you're stuck in, say, Festival, Vigil, and or, you know, mysteries like that, where you can't rest for HP through the rest action in town, then you can use it for 7 Doom, because even though it is numerically worse, it's better than dying to HP, so, hey. So effectively we're at, well, 58% Doom, so I'm free to do this. I also have a Thought Flash available. And I think I'm forgetting one more Toshiaki perk, but I don't really care about it. I think those are all. The damage perk, insta-kill, healing, and then Thought Flash. That sounds like the number, because most characters have about 4 perks. Some characters have 3, and Yumiko had 2 when she came out, but hey. Actually, I have Book of Gore, never mind. Unless Book of Gore immediately gives me a broken jaw, we shouldn't need to really heal. But again, if I didn't have Book of Gore, I would have just rested a whole bunch. Now, we still do want to run away from this, but that's the power of Toshiaki. You have all the Doom to spend. Now, we are running out of Doom, but that doesn't change the fact that we're still doing relatively okay. In fact, I'm not even going to level up. We're going to Book of Gore here. If I get Cut Artery, it pretty much doesn't... Well, Cut Artery. Why did I say that to myself? Well, anywho... There's no way we die is what I'm trying to say. Unless, again, the next Book of Gore use gives me a broken jaw. I could go for Cure, but I don't think I'll do that. So... Also, this Cut Artery is apparently not proccing for whatever reason. But I'll take it. We're gonna run away again. And away we go. Again, we're at like 99, 98% Doom right now, so I really don't need to worry. In fact, I can't survive right now, but I'm just gonna rub it in the old god's face, so I'm not gonna level up here. I pretty much went over all of Toshiaki's perks. If there's a 5th spell I'm forgetting about, it's pretty sure it's negligible. And if it's not, well, correct me if I'm wrong. But we need to do this. I mean, we don't need to, but makes me feel better. And then, in fact, if we have Takushi-san, which we do, we can just save them for later, because what I can do here, if I bleed out from the Cut Artery, again, as long as Book of Gore does not give me a broken jaw, we're fine. Stumbling over my words because there's a lot to talk about with Toshiaki. There's a lot to talk about. I can't talk about Takushi-san as well, but there's really not much to talk about when he just gets hit by this all day. Like, if you're prepared for anything, like, you're prepared, then you're prepared. The only way you're scared is if for some reason you're at like 97% Doom, and he is your last check. But otherwise, that's Toshiaki things. I completely don't know where the Shop 10 Times achievement is. I guess we're gonna find out. Yep, you get dog treats, which lowers the cost of everything in the dog shop, I think, by 1. Again, I don't really use it because it's not something you go in for. You have to go into a shop to buy it, and then you have to go back in. The only time you'd really do that is if you literally have to start with shopping perks, which are shopping perks. There's also a perk pack for those shopping perks, but by the time you level up, again, unless you're using strats like me, where you're buying cigarettes, and that's really the only reason why you would shop in the middle, it's not really that great an item. That being said, if there's anything else, I'll look at it, but I think it was just Toshiaki and the shopping thing. So without further ado, thank you for watching. If you want to support me, you know what to do, and I'll see you later. Thank you. Bye!